Hello and welcome to our channel where we explore all things basketball. In today's video, we'll be discussing the top 5 worst NBA players of all time. While the NBA has seen some of the most talented and skilled players to ever play the game, there have also been a few who, for one reason or another, just didn't quite make the cut. From poor performance to lack of skill, we'll be taking a closer look at these players and why they made our list of the worst in NBA history. So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride as we dive into the top 5 worst NBA players of all time. Place number 5. Kyle Singler. As a 4-year starter for the Duke men's basketball team, Kyle Singler played a crucial role in their NCAA championship win in 2010 and even earned the Most Outstanding Player award of the Final Four. However, his style of play did not translate well to the NBA, and despite his collegiate success, he was only selected with the 33rd pick in the 2011 draft by the Pistons. He was then sent to play in the Spanish ACB League. Singler did start 150 games during his 3-season stint with the Pistons from 2012 to 2015. However, his highest scoring average was only 9.6 points per game, and he was noticeably slower on defense than his peers. Despite this, the Oklahoma City Thunder surprisingly signed him to a 4-year deal. He eventually fell out of their rotation completely and was waived by the team earlier this season. Nonetheless, Singler has become famous in his own right, having replaced Brian Scalabrine in all the White Mamba memes. Place number 4. Nicolas Skitishvili. While Dario Milicic may be a more well-known NBA draft bust due to the company he keeps among Hall of Famers as a top 5 pick in the 2003 draft, the trend of highly touted European big men failing to succeed in the NBA began with the Denver Nuggets selection of Nicolas Skitishvili as the 5th overall pick. The Nuggets' decision to draft Skitishvili is even more baffling considering their front office had never actually seen him play in person. To make matters worse, the 7-footer only averaged 6.6 points and 1.8 rebounds per game in 11 games with Benetton Treviso before being drafted. Skitishvili played for 4 NBA teams in 4 seasons before returning to play in Europe. Bill Simmons famously labeled Skitishvili as the worst-case scenario for any foreign pick in the NBA, a sentiment that many would agree with. Skitishvili's lack of success in the NBA was disappointing not only for himself, but also for those who had high hopes for the influx of talented international players into the league. Place number 3. Michael Ruffin. Michael Ruffin, an undersized power forward/center, struggled to find his place in the NBA due to his lack of size and limited skill set. As a result, he became a prime example of an unsuccessful journeyman who spent most of his 10-year career on playoff-bound teams that never advanced past the first round. The Chicago Bulls drafted Ruffin with the 32nd overall pick in the 1999 NBA draft. However, his career highs in points per game and rebounds per game are only 2.6 points per game and 5.8 rebounds per game, respectively, which he achieved in his second season. Ruffin is infamous for having committed more fouls than points in his NBA career, with 946 fouls called against him compared to only 716 points scored over his 10-year stint in the league. Place number 2. Sun Yu. In an effort to find the next Lamar Odom, the Los Angeles Lakers used a second-round pick on Chinese basketball player Sun Yu. Yu had previously played for the Beijing Olympians in the Chinese Basketball Association since the age of 17, and it was believed that his professional experience would help him adjust to the NBA's pace and style of play. After a decent showing in a brief stint in the D-League, the Lakers gave Yu an opportunity to showcase his skills at the NBA level. Unfortunately, things did not go well for him. In his debut, he collected 4 fouls and 2 turnovers in just 5 minutes of play. Yu would go on to score a total of 6 points, while also committing 10 fouls and 3 turnovers, and producing as many assists and steals combined. After just 10 games, the Lakers realized that Yu was not cut out for the NBA, and his short stint with the team came to an end. Place number 1. Javaris Crittenton. In the locker room of the Washington Wizards, teammate Gilbert Arenas allegedly made the threat "pick one" to Javaris Crittenton, which involved the presence of guns and violated numerous player codes in the NBA. This incident brought Crittenton's unremarkable NBA career to an abrupt end, having played for 3 different teams in just 2 seasons before the incident occurred. Throughout his short career, Crittenton never averaged more than 6 points per game or 2.5 assists per game. He has since pleaded guilty to manslaughter and has been sentenced to 23 years in prison. It was a difficult but necessary decision by Ernie Grunfeld to separate young players like John Wall from the influence of individuals like Arenas and Crittenton, who exhibited questionable behavior.